Hi guys and gals, Lynn Thompson here. Today I'd like to talk to you about my new signature Ti-Lite. This outfit here has got a clip point blade for the first time. I always wanted to make a Ti-Lite with a clip point blade, but never got around to it. And I started fooling around with some drawings, and then Andrew Dimko helped me perfect them and made the first prototype for me. And it's a really nice clip point blade with a false edge. I'll put it there for the camera to see that. Now in this, the false edge is more decorative. It adds visual interest to the knife, and it does allow the point to slide in even more smoothly. So it is functional, but it's more decorative because it's very thick still at the spine. You can see that's not a thin, wimpy point. Let's come in here super tight camera so you can just see how thick that point still is. But the point is quite acute. You know, it's not quite as stabby as our normal Ti-Lite with the stiletto style blade, but it's still very acute and very sharp and very pointy, if you will. And I really like it. Now, the reason I went with the clip point blade is I wanted to have a higher saber grind, and I wanted to increase the cutting power of the Ti-Lite. The blade bevel is saber ground. It comes about 3/4 the entire width of the blade, and it comes down to a fairly thin edge. And I do this a lot to check blade geometry. I'll run my fingers from the spine to the edge to get a feel of the taper and the thickness and get an idea of the potential of how well it will cut. If the transition from your edge to your spine is too abrupt, it will slow the cut and limit the depth of the cut and the length of the cut. Now, as many of you know, I'm a huge fan of our normal 6-inch Ti-Lite. It's the knife that, next to a 5.5-inch Vaquero, I carry the most. So this knife is very dear to my heart. It's made out of, the steel is S35VN. It's quite thick. The serial number will be right here. And the handle is made entirely out of G10, all CNC machined. And it's enormously strong handle. It's about 7 ounces in total weight. It's got this wonderful pinched cross section right here. So it kind of goes fat, comes down here and pinches, and flares a little bit here at the end again. And that's one of the things I love about this knife the most. Look at my fingers. They just go in there and they get a bite. And that's a super secure grip. And I've got tremendous reach with this knife, and that G10 handle is just awesome. And the liner lock is super strong and tough. It takes a lot of physical effort to move it off the tang of the knife. It's very, very closely fitted, and it's got this L shape that I invented clear back in the early 90s to give more surface of the liner on the tang of the blade. So it's got more surface engagement than just a straight piece of steel. And I really like that lock. We have had tremendous success with this as far as toughness goes. We've overstruck it. We've struck the spine again and again and again. This liner doesn't bounce off. It just stays in place beautifully. Even when you put it in a vise and you put pressure here, you drop a lot of weight here, you may crush the liner, but it's designed to fold in such a manner that it blocks the progress of the blade, so you'll never be catastrophically cut by this knife. It'll never go past 90 degrees and cut your hand. So it's just been a tremendous folding knife for very many years, and I'm so pleased to see it in a Lynn Thompson Signature series in G10 with my signature. And remember, I sign every box. Every knife that you get, I'll personally sign, and I'm just very, very proud of it. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy it and be just as proud to own it as I am.
That's the master talking about his Ti-Lite, the Signature Series Ti-Lite. I have number 10 right here, signed box, serialized right there. I'm gonna give this unit away to one lucky winner. You need to be able to like, share, comment, so you're in the drawing. Then if I draw your name and you're not in the lower 48, you need to get me the documents necessary. However, I'm giving this one away. I'm gonna ship it out personally to you guys from Stick and Cold Steel. Well, we'll see you next time. And Lynn, I am not throwing your folder, all right? I wouldn't do that with the Signature Series. However, I will take this Ti-Lite. However, I will take this Ti-Lite.